Well, good afternoon to you. This is K24 News Cut. We begin by having a look at body shaping news at this hour. Anti-finance bill protests begin in major towns amid heavy police deployment as members of parliament continue to debate on the contentious tax proposals. The National Treasury has issued a warning to Parliament stating that any amendments to the 2024 Finance Bill could result in a 200 billion shortfall in the projected revenue for the 2024-2025 budget. Plus, a three-judge bench is set to deliver its judgment on a petition challenging the rollout of the competency-based curriculum in schools. K24 News Cut begins right now. I'm Alan Owino. Our sign language interpreter for this session is Clement Muli. Now, a coalition of religious leaders from the Coast Council of Elders is urging MPs to reject the 2024 Finance Bill, warning it will worsen economic hardship for Kenyans. At a press briefing in Kilifi, Sheikh Jumangao highlighted the significant strain last year's bill already placed on citizens, arguing that the new bill will exacerbate the situation. Bishop Thomas Kakala also called on MPs to act independently and prioritize their constituents' welfare over political interests.
Mheshimiwa Rais, hapa ni viongozi wa kanisa na misikiti. Hatuitaki hiyo bili. Hiyo bili ya mwaka jana iliyopita yatuumiza. Ilikuwa tunakula 3 meals a day. Sasa hatuwezi tena. Ukila breakfast, kuchelewa saa 5 breakfast tu unapiga paka jioni. Tuwashinda lipa school fees. Hatuwezi. Gari na maliza insurance huwezi kuikataa kwa tarehe yake. Sengine gari inaisha insurance ya barabara unakaa miezi 3 hujakata. Una gari 3 wewe. Una gari 4. Unashindwa. Zamani tulala majirani, siku hizi hatuwezi tena. Zamani alipata wako school fees na jirani unamlipia pia mtoto wake aende skuli, mtoto asibaki nyumbani. Siku hizi tunashindwa. Kwa tangu hiyo finance bill ilete tunashindwa. Wabunge msipitishe. Kuna wabunge wengine walipita na wave ya UDA na vyama vingine. Sasa hawasikizi watu. Wasao kesho wewe utakuwa si mbunge. Na hawa wanawapitisha leo atakuja kudhuru mwenyewe baadaye. Ujue bei ya unga itakuwa moja ukiwa si mbunge. Petroli itakuwa bei ni moja. Na kila kinachouzwa sokoni, mheshimiwa mbunge, senator, governor waliokuwa sasa katika bunge, utakuja kipata bei ile ile unaipandisha sasa. So badala ya wewe kupandishia wa Kenya tax sababu una nguvu katika bunge, usipandishe, kesho utanguka kura, utabaki mtaani, utakuja kupata shida.
Ukiona watu wanapiga kelele ni kwa maana wanajua hatari iliyopo. Mimi naomba serikali tuliwapatia kura wa kutuboreshea maisha, si kutuharibia maisha. Si kutuharibia maisha. Na nawaambia hata wabunge, ninajua siku hizi kwa mbunge mara nyingi ni kwa kibaraka wa chama. Mimi si mwanasiasa. Lakini wabunge wengi ni vibaraka wa chama. Kama chama kimesema vueni nguo mtembee uchi, watavua nguo watembee uchi. Mimi sitaki muwe robots. Mtumike. Tumia common sense yako. Afadhali upoteze kuliko kutumia akili za watu uje ujute. Ninawaomba wabunge muongee kile tuliwatuma kufanya, ni kutetea wananchi.
Members of Parliament have continued with the debate on the finance bill this morning. National Assembly Minority Leader Opiyo Wandayi has demanded the withdrawal of police around Parliament over planned protests. Speaking in Parliament, Wandayi said the heavy police presence around Parliament buildings was making it difficult for MPs to access the House. He said legislators coming to debate on the Finance Bill 2024 need access.
Ilikuwa imeletwa hapa. Yale makadirio ya kutoza kodi ndio umefanya saizi mimi naunga mkono wale wanaandamana kule Kilifi leo, kwa sababu waliona katika orodha ya utozwa ushuru, kutozwa ushuru mkate, kutozwa ushuru magari ya mwananchi wa Kenya wa kawaida. Mheshimiwa Spika, watu kama Ichungwa, kina Osoro, vijana wadogo hao wamefura kichwa. Mheshimiwa Spika, hawatumii magari siku hizi, wanatumia ndege. Chopa waende kwa kila mkutano. Ndio maana wameenda kusimama kusema magari yatozwe ushuru. Wananchi wako kule nje. Kutozwa ushuru vyombo vya kupima saratani. Mheshimiwa Spika.
Honorable Mbeyu, there is a point of order. Yes, Karemba. Order. Karemba. Give to Karemba the...
Honorable Speaker, I want to rise on a standing order number 107, but F. Niulize, I want to ask whether the honorable member is in order to refer to the honorable Soro and his colleague as having big-handed. I think that is very unparliamentary, and she should withdraw those remarks.
Honorable Mbeyu, I was consulting with a member, I didn't hear. If you say that, you are out of order, and you withdraw those unkind remarks to your colleagues.
Mheshimiwa Spika, sijajua amesema nini, lakini nitampa mfano tu. Nasema hawa wameweka kodi ya magari ya mwananchi wa kawaida kwa sababu saa hizi tunawaona wakitembea na ndege wakienda mikutano, na huu ni ukweli. Niko na ushahidi Mheshimiwa Spika. Wiki 2 zilizopita Mheshimiwa Ichungwa alishuka port na ndege. Niko na picha kwa simu yangu. Kwa hivyo hawezi kuweka kodi ya magari.
Yes,
ya pili Mheshimiwa Spika.
Kagombe, order. Honorable Kagombe. Mupe Kagombe.
Mr. Speaker, I rise on standing order number 107. And Mr. Speaker, we are creating a very bad precedent where you make a ruling on someone to withdraw a statement and they proceed to make contributions to this House as if you have not made a ruling. I beg, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Karemba stood here and he has pointed out issues that have been delivered to this House that are disorderly and outrightly false. She knows that she has contradicted.
You've made your point.
So please let her continue.
Mbeyu, I told you withdraw the remarks that are offensive against your colleagues. Now you proceed to say somebody landed somewhere with in an aircraft. Does that make somebody big-headed?
Yes.
Withdraw those remarks.
Mheshimiwa Spika, nimeondoa.
Well, we now on to get live updates from our political affairs reporter, Joel Church, who's currently within the precincts of Parliament, just to bring us up to speed on what some of the parliamentarians and legislators have to say with regards to the ongoing Finance Bill 2024. Chacha?
Good afternoon to you, Alan. Indeed, I'm coming to you live from the Parliament buildings with faces that Kenyans know very well that they will shoot down the Finance Bill 2024. That is actually Honorable Gathoni Wamushomba, Honorable Dr. Babu Owino, and as well Honorable Caleb Amisi. And just to engage Honorable Wamushomba, ladies first.
Yes, thank you.
Gen Z are out to protest today against the Finance Bill 2024. There are speculations that you are behind it. Is it true?
Oh, how can I dissociate myself from my children? Who runs away from their children? I can't run away from my children. And by the way, I sympathize with them because they will carry the burden that we are creating in this country if we allow this finance bill to pass the way it has been proposed. So I think the children have just realized we are not doing it the right way, and they've decided to take over. I am a mother of a Gen Z, and she clearly told me, Mommy, you know, we are not even happy to be associated with members of parliament, even if you are my mother, because you are not taking us in the right direction. And they feel bad when we talk about debts. We are talking about trillions of money that we have carried over as, taken over as debts, and yet there are people to pay. They are the ones to pay in the next 20 years. So they are right. They are doing the right thing. It is their political space. It's their constitutional space, and they should be listened to. Actually, what the Gen Zs and the millennials are doing, they are actually looking for attention. They are looking for somebody to listen to their issues, to discuss with them their issues and plan this country for the future together. So they should not be beaten, they should not be arrested. Rather, we should look for forums where we should listen to them and give them the space to argue out their issues.
Before getting to the amendments that you will be moving, Dr. Babu, are you now the president of Gen Z? You appear to be there to actually rescue them when they are arrested. Today, they have come out in large numbers from various towns in the country. What do you have to say about this? Is this a new revolution?
This is called the Gen Z revolution, and we are supporting it because they've decided to go on the streets and express their anger on the streets, because nobody wants to listen to them. The president is in State House. The president should join them in the demonstration and should lead that demonstration, because he's the one who's messed this country. A country that is run by taxes is no country. That's a country that wants to kill citizens. And we, as members of parliament, we will not allow that. We will fight alongside our brothers and sisters. In fact, if we finish voting early, we are going to join in the demonstrations, and we want that demonstrations to be huge across the country. Every ward, every constituency, every sub-county, every county, and the whole nation. There must be serious demonstrations that is going to send a warning and a strong message to the defunct government that you cannot rule this country as if it is a private property. The president owes Kenyans a duty of care. He has a fiduciary duty, a trust duty that he needs to bestow on Kenyans and to deliver that which he promised. We don't want this country to be led just on fake promises and mere representation of factoids instead of facts. So therefore, we appreciate those who are demonstrating, all Kenyans, the Gen Z, we appreciate them. Go on, tukimaliza mapema, maji tunaleta kwa streets. Dawa ya tear gas pia tuko nayo. Kazi iko sawa.
And we've also witnessed these demonstrations being staged in the western part of the country. And Honorable Kalibamisi, it's believed that, you know, the western region is in the government. I mean, you have the speaker, you have the prime cabinet secretary. What's happening?
Yeah, first of all, you want to say viva to Gen Z. You can see Eldoret is burning, Kakamega is burning, Kitale are just doing some practice. They are joining shortly. This is just the tip of the iceberg. The real thing will come after some of our colleagues will vote yes. And you will see even from their own constituency, they are going to be chased away. Any member of parliament who is going to vote yes to this bill, they are going to be chased out of their constituency. A generation has woken up, and we are saying, in fact, Alexander Wendt, the German-American educated, once opined that anarchy is what the states make of it. The government of Kenya is using finance bill to create anarchy, and anarchy is going to receive. We have Gen Z have woken up. This is a new generation. Generations have come and passed and fought for various issues that have bedeviled this country. Now a new generation for economic emancipation has woken up, for freedom of speech has woken up. Gen Zs are lethal, they are vicious, they are educated, they are charismatic, they are innovative, they are techno-savvy. They are going to shut down Ruto's government.
Well, today the president is actually in Garissa, where also there are demonstrations. And now we rope in Honorable Umi. Two youths have already been arrested. They're in the police custody, perhaps not to disrupt the presidential event. What do you make of it?
Today the president is at Garissa University, and it's a significant day for us. But Garissa being a region, part of the region that has experienced even police brutality, abductions, we expected the protest to be peaceful. We organized a peaceful house. So I'm telling the police to just follow the constitution. The right to picket is there. It's our right to go out and demonstrate. And even as the president is there, he must speak on the issues of abduction. We have 4 young people, not even the ones arrested today, but 4 young people who are taken in unmarked vehicles over the past 2 months. Those children must be released, and we want them released unconditionally. We had other cases of abduction that happened prior. We made noise for them. We went to the DCI, we went to released. And when we asked why they were abducted in the first place, there was no reason, there was no cause for that. So this is something that even he campaigned on it, and we are saying, please, please, release those boys. It is not us to be vilified or to be looked at as terrorists, because the grounds of the abduction is that we work with terrorist organizations. The police officers need to protect us. And we are saying, despite all the political tensions that are happening, our region is specifically facing those challenges of abduction. We've had these problems before, and now they've been arrested. And even the ones taken today were taken in unmarked vehicles, so we don't even know why they've been arrested.
Well, and just to get to the amendments and the reason why you'll be opposing this bill, I mean, there are already amendments to it. Is it true there are sneaked clauses again in the bill?
First of all, I want to clear the air. There are no amendments by the House. The amendments you're talking about, it was a discussion that was held in State House. State House is not the place where we Kuria, who is the chair of Finance Committee. So all those are proposals. Even me, I have my proposals that I have given as my amendments. So or you know, I think it's a plan for the owners of the oppressive proposal to calm down Kenyans by telling them, okay, we have heard you, and this is also what we are bringing as changes. Those are not changes until we adopt them on the floor of the House. Now, if we put our guard down, what will happen is that people will not vote them in here. Proposal is what we are discussing here. There is no new amendments that we are discussing right now. We are discussing the original Kimani Kuria's proposal. Na hiyo proposal ndio tutapigia kura hapa. Ikipita, after that, ama ianguke, after that, that is when we are supposed to bring amendments. Are we together? So as we speak right now, what we are voting for here is not the new amendments and proposals that were advertised in State House. No. We are debating and voting for the original punitive oppressive finance proposal. Ile ilikuwa na excise duty on sanitary towels and diapers, ilikuwa na excise duty and eco tax on mafuta ya kupikia, ilikuwa na eco tax na vitu za plastic kama tire za wheelchair, tire za wheelbarrow, ilikuwa na oppressive taxes ya motor vehicle circulation tax ya 2.5%. That is what we are debating here. Musidanganywa ya kwamba ati ile ripoti ilitangazwa State House iko hapa. Hiyo bado, hiyo ndio tutaanza ku amend tukienda committee of the whole House. Lakini leo sio ya hiyo, ni ya ile original. Kwa hivyo yule mjumbe ambaye amekudanganya ya kwamba mafuta imetolewa hiyo excise duty, anakudanganya kwa sababu ile iko hapa ni ile original. So let us tell Kenyans the truth. Na unajua walikuwa wanafanya hivyo ndio tu relax. Tukirelax wapenye walete. Lakini sasa nataka kuambia Wakenya hivi. Serikali, na mimi niliwaambia last week wakati Deputy Speaker Madam Sholei alikuwa kwa kiti. Nikawaambia according to the Constitution Article 221 inasema hivi. Kitambo muanze kuongea maneno ya budget. Si kwanza utafute pesa useme hii ndio ile pesa ndiko nayo, sasa naibajetia. Hapa tulikimbia tukapitisha budget, tukaongea maneno ya expenditure, yani matumizi. Nikawauliza, munaongea maneno ya matumizi, pesa iko wapi? Sasa pesa ndio hiyo iko kwa finance bill, na ndio hiyo Jay-Z's wamekataa, Gen Z's wamekataa, ndio hiyo Amushomba amekataa, ndio hiyo wewe ambao unaniona umekataa. Sasa hii serikali zina fix. Na kwa sababu wanajua they are in a fix, now what they are trying to do, they are trying to introduce chini ya maji, kusneak some proposals ambazo sasa tukipitisha hapa, tukivote leo wataanza kuintroduce. Moja ililetwa na Murkomen, Minister wa Transport.
The one on the road maintenance levy.
Mpaka watu wamalize public participation, akakuja the last minute, akasneak proposal. Akasema anataka kuongeza 7 shillings per liter this country. Hiyo ni mafuta ya taa, mafuta ya diesel na mafuta ya petroli. 7 shillings per liter. Hiyo walirealize ya kwamba wasipofanya hivyo watakosa pesa ya ile budget walitengeneza ambayo haina pesa ya kutosha. So hiyo is unconstitutional, is irregular. Murkomen hawezi gojea watu wamalize public participation alafu asneak kitu mwishowe. That is what he did.
But usually the money is ring-fenced. Will it not go to the CFS?
Goja. Number 2, sneaking. Wakati wa realize ya kwamba tumewakalia, wameenda wameintroduce a clause inasema we amend Affordable Housing Act. Section 54. Wanataka kuamend hiyo law kwa nini? Kwa sababu wamerealize pesa yote ambayo walichukua kutoka kwetu last year, ile ya affordable housing imelala kwa account pahali. Na hiyo pesa ni nyingi. Na hiyo pesa wanafaa waitumie, lakini wameshindwa, wamelemewa na kuitumia kujenga manyumba. Walitutax lakini pesa imelala kwa account. Sasa wamerealize hizi manyumba tayari wamejenga zimekataa kununuliwa. Sasa wanataka waondolewe restrictions zenye tulikuwa tumeweka za kuuza affordable housing. Unajua affordable housing ni mali ya serikali kwa sababu ni taksi yetu. Huwezi uza nyumba ya affordable housing kama commercial house. Lazima ufuate mpangilio. Hiyo mpangilio yenye tulikuwa tumeweka hapo ya kwamba ukinunua nyumba huwezi iuza in less than 8 years, huwezi uza hiyo nyumba. Sasa wanataka tutoe hiyo yote restriction ndio wapate nafasi sasa ya kupiga biashara na pesa yetu ya affordable housing.
Allow me to cut you short.
Kwa hivyo wakiileta hapa kwa sababu iko kwa hiyo proposal ya Kimani Ichung'wah, mimi leo nimejitayarisha hata kama nikutoa viatu nikae bila. Hapa tunapambana. Hakuna kupitisha, na wakipitisha cha nguvu tunawagojea kesho.
On the 2 contentious new classes that are now there, on the affordable housing and of course the road maintenance levy, usually these funds are supposed to be ring-fenced and they don't go to the CFS. So is this a plot to now ensure that they can be used to fund the main budget?
Wewe ukiingia kwa nyumba yako kama uko na njaa na unataka kukula, si unaingia kwa kona zote za nyumba unatafuta chakula pahali utapata? That is what this government is doing. Now wamerealize hawana pesa, sasa wanajaribu everywhere there is money. Kama ni levy, wanataka sasa wachukue hiyo levy waitumie vile wanataka. Tuko pamoja? That is why they are sneaking things here. We cannot touch Affordable Housing Act when we are making another law. By the way, it is unconstitutional and unprocedural to make a law to obscure another law. That is what we are doing. We are actually making a finance act and we are trying to obscure Affordable Housing Act. As a member of parliament, mtu ambaye amesoma na mimi nimekalia kiti ya constitutional oversight. Unataka kuobscure ile nyingine tulikuwa tumetengeneza. Hata hivyo ndivyo walikuwa wamejaribu kufanya na KRA. Ati wanataka kuleta proposal hapa ya kusema KRA ifunguliwe. Sasa wawe wanaingia kwa M-Pesa yangu, wanaangalia jana nilitumiwa pesa ngapi, nililipa pesa ngapi kwa banking yangu, ile inaitwa mobile banking. Wameleta hiyo proposal hapa, iko hapa, na tusipochunga wataipitisha. Na ikipitishwa, wacha niwaambie, KRA atakuwa anaingia kwa M-Pesa yako, anaangalia wewe unalipa pesa ngapi ya ukiuza dania, ukiuza nyanya, ukitengeneza mtu nywele usiku, ukisuka mtu nywele usiku, ukipata tu pesa kidogo. Wanataka kuingia kwa M-Pesa yako na mobile banking yako ili waanze kukuassess tax kulingana na hiyo statement yako. Na tuko macho, hatuwezi kubali. Let me tell you, wakati Moi alikuwa president hapa, alikuwa anatumia hiyo binu kunyanyasa watu. Alikuwa anaingia kwa maboma za watu, ananyanyasa watu. Hatuwezi kubali. We came from that era and we are not going to allow. KRA, kama wanataka kupata statements zangu, waende kotini, wapate court order, wakuje wachukue statements zangu na court order. Lakini tukiamend hiyo Data Protection Act vile wanataka tu amend, wacheni niwaambie wa Kenya, mutanikumbuka.
Finally, the president is actually stated categorically that he supports, Kenyans coming out to protest against the Finance Bill 2024. But today we are witnessing, tear gas canisters being lobbied at these particular protesters. Is he walking the talk?
Sasa unaniuliza maswali ya president na sasa tuko bunge. Si hiyo ni presidency na hapa niko bunge. Mimi sitaki kuongea maneno ya presidency. Mimi nilisema hata yale waliongea kule kwa State House, hiyo ni yao. Bunge is independent. It's a different institution. Its own way of doing things. Na hatuwezi kuwa tunachukua proposal ya bunge tunaenda kuiongelea kwa presidency. Hapana. Lazima tulinde the independence of parliament. Na maneno ya parliament ni ya parliament. Sasa ndiko parliament. Niulize maneno ya amendment, niulize maneno ya shughuli hapa, lakini maneno ya presidency utafute government spokesperson ama utafute huyo mwingine anaongeanga maneno ya state.
And now to that, do you feel this bill originally, or actually originated from our own national treasury or the country's economic advisor to the president? Or it's from the IMF?
Mimi sina shughuli hii proposal imetoka wapi. Sababu hata wale wanaenda kwa TV tunawaona tukiwa na babu wakisema mimi sijui. Uliona mtu wa treasury akisema ajui motor vehicle tax ilitoka wapi. So they are already disowning it because wamejua wamewasha moto. Kwa hivyo sitaki kujua ilitoka wapi. Bora tu isiwe inafinya Wanjiko. Bora tu isiwe inakufinya wewe ambao unatuona. Na tunataka kusema hivi. Gen Zs and Millennials are people like me and you, and they have rights. And they must be protected within the constitutional framework, and they have their right to speak, to picket, and to air their concerns and opinions.
Thank you. That's Honorable Gathonio Mushomba, Githunguri Member of Parliament, and also the Chair of the Constitution Implementation and Oversight Committee. And now to Dr. Babu, kindly get close. To these particular clauses that are believed to be now sneaked in this particular bill, the most contentious one, of course, the plan to increase fuel prices, that is through the additional 7 shillings in the road maintenance levy. What's happening?
Whatever is happening is that demonstrations are happening, and that is what should proceed, because that is the only thing that is going to save Kenyans. Kenya Kwanza government is not honest with Kenyans. Kenya Kwanza government has decided to kill the future of this nation. They have decided to kill the ambition of this nation. They are not visionary. They are missionary. They have a mission to destroy their future, and that's why they are sneaking in irrelevant and retrogressive clauses within the finance bill. To increase fuel prices means that you are going to increase the prices of literally everything that is capable of being transported, everything that is capable of being bought, meaning that if you increase the fuel price, you are going to finish Kenyans. You are going to increase the value of unga, the value of sukari, the value of sukuma wiki, the value of literally anything that is capable of being transported. And therefore, the way forward is, we've communicated and we are still communicating to Kenyans around the nation for demonstrations to proceed. These demonstrations will be better imagined than experienced. These demonstrations will bring change. The only thing that is going to bring change is demonstrations, nothing else. Because members of parliament, in parliament, most of them have been bought, have been bribed to speak the language of the oppressed. We will not allow ourselves to be oppressed. In the end, God shall punish the oppressor and the oppressed equally. The oppressor shall be punished for oppression, and the oppressed shall be punished equally for accepting oppression. Therefore, do not accept oppression.
Finally, are we witnessing a doublespeak? The president categorically stated that he supports those who come out to protest. It's their democratic right. But today, the youth, the Gen Z who have come out to protest are being tear-gassed left, right, center. Is he walking the talk?
You know, we've warned the police severally. There is no unga that is of a different price from the unga that the police officers are buying. There is no school fee that is higher or cheaper for police officers. There is no sukari that is of higher value or lower value for a police officer. There are no special prices. Police officers, keep off this. This thing is bigger than you. Koome, this thing is bigger than your mind. Therefore, to the president, who is double speaking, if you are genuine, come to Nation Center now, come to the CBD now and talk to your people and speak to them. They are waiting for you.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, that's Dr. Babu Owino Embakasi is Member of Parliament, and also other legislators who have weighed in, of course, the ongoing protest. Alan, we are right here in Parliament. We will be bringing actually our viewers more and more feedback from their legislators, that is their representatives. But as at now, that's the situation. Those are the sentiments from members of Parliament who have actually, members of Parliament that are actually vowed to vote no on the bill. Back to you in studio, Alan.
Very well, Joel Chacha speaking to parliamentarians right there on who've taken a stand that they're going to reject the Finance Bill 2024 in totality. And of course, just giving their sentiments on what the mood of the country is currently. We want to take a short break right here on K24 News. We'll be back with more in a short while.